Hello, my name is Isaac Colhays, and this is my Module 1 Pondering Question Mini Speech. Out of all the questions that I had to choose from, I decided to choose if you could interview anyone, alive, deceased, famous, or not, who would you choose to interview? Why would you choose this person? And finally, if you're told you can only ask one question, what question would that be? I thought long and hard about it, and I thought about like how I grew up in my childhood, and I realized when I was growing up, I listened to a lot of Michael Jackson. I watched all of his music videos. I just thought, like, the image and, like, thought of him, it was just, like, the image of him was huge. Everyone knew about him. Even back then when he was famous, there was no social media, nothing like that. It was just, like, the news. But everybody knew about him. He was, like, second famous to Jesus. People would see him and faint. People would lose their minds if they somehow saw him or got to talk to him. So just the thought of being able to interview him after he's already died and just being able to ask him a question would be crazy. And so yeah, that's why I chose him. He just, as a kid, it was just always like this thing where you're like, wow, Michael Jackson. It just sounded like this huge thing. So to be able to even talk to him would be crazy. But if I could ask him one question, it would be, if he had to think about it through his whole life, of like when he was when he was performing with his brothers on the Jackson 5, when Thriller came out and like Beat It, when the other album came out with Smooth Criminal and Bad, and then like the era when he was older, like in his 40s and 50s, and then later passed. I would ask like what was his, out of everything, what stands out as like his favorite like era that he was in? Like what was like the time when he was having just the most fun? Was the time when he was performing with his brothers? When he first really, really, really became a superstar with Thriller and Beat It? Or was it in the later times when he was a father and when he was getting older? But, I mean, that's a question I'll never be able to actually fully know, but that's a question I would definitely ask to Michael. But, yeah, that's my answer.